countdown commences. For the 12th time this year, the Raiders have a shutout. And for the first time ever, they'll be headed to Milwaukee to play for a chance at the state title. Your Kiel Raiders are the 2022 sectional final champions.
Rebound, Pearsons! And the Raiders are going to run this one out! This one's over! He said goodbye! The Raiders are regional champs! Oh my goodness! 75-68! Kiel has won their first regional championship in 10 years! My goodness!
Do we dare squeeze for a win, Mitch?
Yeah, that's a tough decision to make.
Got some speed on third base. Third baseman playing even. Blatz delivers. That's exactly what they're going to do. Harlem, there! It's game over! The Raiders win on a suicide squeeze from Daniel Schmidt. It's going to be Shizzle. 3 from the logo. It's no good. Edelman's going to clear it and bring it home for the Raiders. Their first regional championship since 2008.
And with that, Madison, Wisconsin, you better get ready. So for the first time in school history, the Kiel Raiders will be moving on to state.
It has been a wonderful ride to be a part of, and guess what? We are coming your way next Thursday, Madison, Wisconsin.
The clock strikes 0 and it's official. The Kiel Raiders are going to Madison.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kiel, Wisconsin, home of your Kiel Raiders. Today we have an Eastern Wisconsin Conference battle between the Brillion Lions and the Kiel Raiders. I welcome you from the booth as a solo once again this afternoon, but along with our amazing crew up here as always, Mr. Tim Velker, who you hear on the PA, and Mr. Jerry Kiel on scoreboard duties. Let's start with the Lions. Competed in the Mishicot Triangular this past weekend, finishing 1-1, losing to Algoma 15-0, but then bouncing back and defeating Mishicot 12-0. As of this afternoon, they stand 5th in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference, trailing Valders, Kiel, New Holstein, and Chilton atop the throne. Our athlete for Brillion here, athlete highlight presented by Kiel Raider Radio, is Joe Shimmick, coming in with a .500 batting average, one of these notable contributors for the Lions. Along with that, he's got 21 hits, first on the team, and 12 RBIs as well, which leads the team as well. And now for the Raiders, as we have an early start here from Kiel. They picked up a solid win on Saturday against Division I Port Washington, winning 5-3. And in a solid outing, our athlete of the game, presented by Kiel Raider Radio, is Aaron Stefani in the solid contribution on the mound. He's got a .396 batting average, 19 hits, and 18 RBIs. A theme with these Raiders, and it's brought highlights it's brought to this season, is the connection they've had all year, and they hope to do so today. A short pregame will send it to PA announcer Tim Velker for the national anthem.
Not a large crowd here at this moment, so you'll have to sing a little extra louder. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
A great national anthem as always. We are getting a quick start here from Kiel High School due to the track meet tonight. So let us get onward with today's starting lineups. First, for the Brillion Lions batting lineup. At the 1 spot, it is number 4, Hayden Cousin. At the 2 spot, number 2, the junior Joe Shimmick, followed by Chase Brown, the junior. And the 4-hole spot, one of 2 Zutz on the starting lineup for the Lions. Number 22, McCormick Zutz, followed by Aiden Ranke at the 5-hole spot. In the 6th spot, we have the junior Landon Mathis, followed by Kelvin Gilbertson, the sophomore, followed by Kettner. And rounding out the lineup, the other Zutz, we have Carter Zutz, the senior. And on the mound this afternoon, the senior captain, Cade Velker, coming into action, leading lots of categories on the pitching end not only, but on many others with a 1.08 ERA, which is first in conference and obviously leads the team. A 6-1 record, those 6 wins is 6th best in the state, first in conference as well. And also 66 strikeouts, which is 6th in the state as well and first in conference to this point. And behind Velker this afternoon in the field, first base, Owen Jerry Schmidt, followed by the junior Caden Milbrath at second, Colton Schaefer at short, Pitson at third, Murphy at left, Gross out there in center field, and Lemieux out in right. As we are getting set for action, and we're going to get Mr. Walsh on the call as well. Glad to see it. Let me get him plugged in here. Yes, that's awesome. Great to see it. So I've been a solo up here a few times this year. First pitch from Velker is a strike 1 to start this one, and we are underway from Kiel High School. There we go.
I hear ya.
Yep, I can hear you too. Yep, perfect.
That first pitch by Velker right down Fremont Street.
Yeah. Jumps out to an 0-2 start here against Hayden Cousin. And this one here this afternoon. Velker's theme this season has been bouncing ahead in counts all season long to this point. 0-2 from Velker on the way. Shot to Cousin to Pitson over at third. Scoops it up, makes the play, and doesn't make it to Schmidt in the dirt. And it's going to go down as a E5 on Pitson.
That was a real defensive swing on Cousins. The pitch was up and out, and he just threw his hands at that one.
Yeah.
A little nubber down the Hunter.
That's a tough play for the senior Pitson over there to make, and a tougher play for Schmidt there with the ball in the dirt. Nevertheless, it will bring up Joe Shimmick, the junior, starting at shortstop this afternoon. He shows bunt. Velker is going to go right to 1, makes the play over to Schmidt for the first out, but will advance Cousin to second base, but 1 away here in the first.
The lost art of baseball right there, Miles.
Yep.
Bunting.
Yes.
Everybody wants launch angle and all those metrics. Just do the simple things. Move a guy over to the scoring position here.
Absolutely. You don't have to swing hard. Just that simple bunt will advance your teammate over there to second. Now stepping in will be the pitcher this afternoon, the junior Chase Brown. First one from Velker, misses the zone for the first ball of this game. 1-0 count on the way. Brown comes in with a 238 batting average on the season. Here's the second pitch from Velker. Inside, missing the zone. 2-0 the count. There's a foul ball to the right side. Velker responds and gives the first strike of the at-bat to Brown. 2-1 the count. Velker, here it is. Another foul ball. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Trying to put Brown away here for the second out of this inning. Good response from Velker, too, going down 2-0, but then delivering 2 strikes here to even the count. Here it is. Dribbler goes foul here, keeps the count at 2-2.
I think Cade got a little too much of the plate there. I think he was trying to go on the outside a little bit, put it right on the chalk line, and he got the outside third, just enough for Brown to foul that one off.
We saw on Saturday the home plate umpire had the outside of the zone as a strike pretty much every time. He had a stretch zone, which both teams used to their advantage, and the Raiders win on Saturday against Port Washington. 2-2 remains the count here with 1 away. Velker looking to put number 15, Chase Brown, the junior, away here for the game's second out. Velker checks, delivers. Here it is. A ball high. Stefani behind the dish here in this one this afternoon. Backing up his senior captain, Velker. Three to the count. Here it is. Swinging strike 3, and the second out of the inning comes from the Velker strikeout on the other pitcher this afternoon, Chase Brown. Mr. Walsh, an ideal response from Velker. He delivers 2 straight balls to start the at-bat, but then punches them out here for the game's second out.
It's always good to battle back and get even. And Brown made that an at-bat, following a few pitches off, but I think Cade's craftiness just took over that at-bat.
Absolutely. You give credit to Brown for following a lot of those balls off and staying alive, trying to put one in play, but in the end, Velker, like you said, his craftiness sends Brown away for the second out of this inning.
And Brown's a pretty good hitter. I mean, he's got it in his genes. His dad, Glennie Brown, was the Division III Player of the Year back in the late 90s down at Carthage.
Okay.
I played with Glennie in high school, and my gosh, that kid could hit the ball. Probably the best hitter I've ever played with.
Interesting. Cousin goes over there on second, a strikeout to end the inning. And an ideal first inning here for the Raiders defense, scoreless as we enter the bottom of the first. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Over 15 years of experience, Dynamic Heating and Cooling is the only call you need to make for your air conditioner, furnace, air handler, boiler, or ductless system needs. We offer free estimates so you know exactly what to expect when they come to your temperature rescue. Call 920-838-5599 for your heating and cooling needs. Dynamic Heating and Cooling supports your Kiel Raiders.
Stop in at Mike's Kiel Lounge, the coolest bar in town with a bird's eye view of the river. Open every day at noon, except Tuesdays at 1:30. Stop in for some great food and drinks and check out our daily specials. Sunday and Monday, enjoy half-price appetizers. On Tuesdays, cheeseburger and fries. On Wednesday, indulge on chili cheese fries. And on Thursdays, brat patties and poppers. And on Fridays, enjoy mini tacos and chicken wings. Right next to the post office in Kiel, visit Mike's Kiel.
Welcome back to Kiel Raider Radio. We are almost set here for the bottom of the first inning after a scoreless inning for the Brillion offense and the Raiders defense. And for the Raiders offense, it's going to be the senior captain, Cade Velker, leading us off, followed by the junior captain, Aaron Stefani. Then Colton Schaefer, the junior, in the 3-hole. Cleaning up is the senior captain, Hunter Pitson, followed by the junior Milbrath. Tegan Schley at the DH this afternoon. Then Owen Schmidt, Ben Gross, and Eddie Lemieux. And on the mound, it's going to be Chase Brown here. Number 15, the junior, 2.36 ERA, a 1-0 record, and 27 strikeouts. So we are set for action here, the bottom of the first. And like I mentioned, Velker to lead it off here for the Raiders offense. There's the sound effect. I feel like I haven't heard that one in a while. That's something, right. One of these times, maybe I just have that feeling you might just break it, you know. What do you do with your foot? Yeah. Nice curveball from Brown there to deliver the second strike on Velker. Pitcher on pitcher here to start the bottom of the first inning. And he quickly bounces ahead 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Brown. Striker to the second baseman, Kettner, who gets past him, and a single for Velker to start the inning. Mr. Walsh had to leave to go check on something. I believe he might be back, though. Hopefully that'd be great. All lonely on the call this afternoon, but yeah, that's what I said. We got our amazing crew up here as always. Mr. Velker on PA and Mr. Kiel on scoreboard duties. Now Stefani will step up and swing at a first pitch from Brown, fouling it off for the first strike of the at-bat. Velker on first with none away here in the bottom of the first. Stefani, one of the contributors on the mound in Saturday's win. Pitch from Brown. Another foul ball. Count jumps up to 0-2. In Stefani on the mound, he pitched with 2.8 ERA, 5 innings pitched, only giving up 7 hits, 3 runs, and 2 of those being earned on Saturday. Great to see him, though, on the mound, and a solid outing from the junior. There's a shot to Stefani past the shortstop, Shimmick, and a back-to-back singles here for both captains to start in this one. Now with runners at first and second, the junior Schaefer will step up with no outs here in this bottom of the first with a chance to do damage. Also, now that I think of it, feel free to reach out on the Facebook as well. I'll try to give you a shout out throughout as Mandy Brost already says, "Let's go Raiders," from the Facebook. With 2 on, Schaefer steps up and takes a ball number 1. 1-0 count to Schaefer with Stefani on first and Velker over there on second. Great start for this Raiders offense here in this bottom of the first. Schaefer looking to put the game's first runs on the board. One-0 count to Schaefer. Brown sets, looks back, delivers a ball. Velker looks like he really wants to go over there. That's second, and he's got the wheels as well. On the year, he's got 12 stolen bases, which leads this Raiders team. This is definitely the team the Raiders can take advantage of as well. A weaker defense in the conference of the Brillion Lions. Strike number 1 right down the middle for Schaefer. And he takes it for the first strike of the at-bat. I apologize. I forgot to fix the delay. I'm so sorry. You had a delay there to start, but now we are all rocking here. I apologize, but thankfully I caught it in this bottom of the first, too. Had the girls' soccer game on Monday, so that's when I switched the delay because we're on the huddle cam. Nevertheless, 2-1 count. Schaefer fires one to pass the shortstop, Shimmick. Velker rounding third. He's going to be in there standing, and now runners at first and second, and the Raiders jump out to a 1-0 lead. A great start for this Raiders offense here is now Hunter Pitson, the 4-hole hitter, will step in for the Raiders. A great start here on the offensive end. Already 1 run with no away here in the inning. And Hunter Pitson in the winning effort on Saturday batted .333 with 1 hit, 1 left on, and a .333 slugging percentage. One-0 count to Pitson here to start the at-bat with 2 runners on board. A dribbler to the third baseman, McCormick Zutz, sends it over to Ranke for the first out of the inning. Not after Schaefer and Stefani advance to third and second. Now Caden Milbrath will step in as the 5-hole spot for the Raiders with 1 away here in the inning. Yeah, we talked about in that top of the first inning, it was Shimmick delivering that sack bunt to advance Cousin to second as their Pitson advances the runners as well. Stefani tries to go home. He is caught at home plate, second out, but now runners at the corners there in the infield. And now the DH, Tegan Schley, is going to step in, trying to get some more damage here with 2 gone. Nice awareness from the Lions in the defense to notice Stefani going home, and I believe it was McCormick Zutz, firing it to Gilbertson for the second out of the inning. Here's a strike 1. A fresh count for Schley. Goes behind 0-1 here to start the at-bat. Runners at the corner. Schley, the DH, looking to do damage. There's a stolen base from Milbrath. That is now his 3rd stolen base on the year. 1-1 the count to the junior Schley. Runners at second and third. Scoring position, here it is. Ball number 2 high above the zone. Schley up ahead at 2-1 in the count. Coach Shimmick tells Mathis to move up there and left, with the left-handed Schley up to hit here. Left-batted Schley, I should say. I'm not sure if he's left-hand dominant. I don't know. Would you know, Mr. Velker? Schley, is he left-handed dominant or just left-batted? I don't know that. I'll have to ask him. There's a foul ball back here at the fence. Count remains at 2-2. Nice battle here from Brown and Schley with 2 away in the bottom of the first. A great Tuesday afternoon for some baseball. The sun out with a nice little breeze. Takes the inside ball 3, and now a full count here for the junior Schley. Shout out Blaine Rollman watching on the Facebook. Here's the 3-2 to Schley. Misses the zone. What a battle from Brown and Schley, and it'll end up with Schley with the walk, moving on over to first. And now with the senior Schmidt stepping in, he has the bases loaded here in the infield with 2 away. Now Coach Shimmick is going to gather his defense and take a mound visit. Proud sport of Raider baseball, the Kiel Booster Club provides support for all students and all co-curriculars at Kiel High School. The KBC raises funds through a variety of events, including the Kiel Triathlon, raffles, Uncorked, and concessions to financially support all co-curriculars while enhancing experiences and creating opportunities beyond KSD's budgetary contributions. Find out more info, kielboosterclub.com, and follow us, Kiel Booster Club, on Facebook. Well, now this Brillion defense faces bases loaded here with 2 away in the inning. And now stepping up will be Owen Schmidt, the first baseman this afternoon, trying to get the game's second run with already 1 here in this inning for the Raiders. Let's see what this Lions defense can do. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. Missing the zone, the first ball. All runners get their lead here in the infield. Here's the pitch. Way outside for ball number 2. Let's see what Brown can do to battle back here already. Giving a 2-0 count here to Schmidt. Good response from Brown. There's a pitch down the middle, which Schmidt follows off here to the right. Bottom right of your screen, to be exact. Two one from Brown to Schmidt on the way. Fouls off, evens the count at 2 apiece. Good response here from Brown, evens up the count at 2-2. Brown sets. Here's the 2-2. Swinging strike 3 to end the inning. What a response from the Brillion Lions defense with bases loaded, but not after Kiel scoring their first run of the game. Second inning coming up. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
At On Point Financial Group, we offer a straightforward, holistic approach to building financial strategies focused on you, your schedule, your circumstance, and your objectives. Whether you are preparing for a milestone life event like retirement, sale of a business, or simply looking for financial protection for the future, On Point Financial Group promises to offer you a new level of attention, insight, and guidance.
At Bellin Health, we believe when part of you is injured, we have a part to play. Whether you're injured swinging for the fences or tending the hedges beside them, whether your goal is to play across the pond or star in Swan Lake, whether you're injured building strength or using your strength to build, our part is to provide no-cost injury consults no matter what part hurts. That's right, free of charge. Welcome to the Orthopedic Walk-In Injury Clinic at Bellin Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics.
Welcome back to Kiel, Wisconsin. Kiel High School here as we enter the second inning. The Raiders leading 1-0 to the Brillion Lions. And leading off for the Lions is going to be Aiden Ranke, followed by Landon Mathis and the sophomore Kelvin Gilbertson in the hole. Enter the second inning, a one-run cushion lead for the Raiders here to this point. They had the bases loaded with Schmidt up to hit, but credit to the Lions defense for keeping them scoreless there with 2 away. First pitch of the inning is sent to Pitson over to third. He makes the play for the first out of the inning. Good start for the Raiders defense here. A quick first out. And now we'll send up Landon Mathis, the junior. Steps in with a 225 batting average. 9 runs, which is third on the team. 9 hits, 5 RBIs, and 3 doubles. Quick stats for you on the junior Mathis. Big basketball player as well. Will likely be their big guy, I believe, next year. Velker bounces ahead, 0-1 in the count. Here it is. Misses the zone, evens the count, 1-1. All ones there on the scoreboard at the top left of your screen. Here's the 1-1 from Velker. Check swing. Velker off balance, gets the play, makes the throw over to Schmidt for the second out of the inning. Great start for this Raiders defense here as Velker a little off balance from that pitch, has to go over there and collect it, sends it over to Schmidt for the inning's second out. Now stepping in will be number 9, Kelvin Gilbertson, the sophomore. First pitch from Velker on the at-bat, misses. Kelvin Gilbertson with a 160 batting average, 4 hits and 2 RBIs for the sophomore. Swinging strike 1, evens the count, 1-1 apiece. Velker looks the sign he gets. Here it is. High and up for ball number 2. Gilbertson ahead of the count, 2-1 here against the senior Velker. Nice pitch from Velker there to even the count at 2 apiece. Swinging strike 3 from Velker for out number 3 to end the inning. Raiders defense keeps the Brillion offense scoreless, and we will enter the bottom of the second. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
The Lumberyard Brewery is now open. Guests are welcomed into the beautifully renovated 1920s brick building. With 12 craft beers and cocktails and a family-friendly environment, the Lumberyard is perfect for afternoons on the patios, evenings out, or as an event space for weddings, meetings, and celebrations of all sizes. Stop in for a pint and experience the historical charm of the Lumberyard Brewery in downtown Kiel. Follow them on Facebook for constant updates of their beer offerings.
Go Kiel Raiders! Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit your PFCU.
Welcome back to Kiel High School here in Kiel, Wisconsin. Leading us off this inning will be the junior girls, followed by the senior Lemieux, and coming back to the top of the order with the senior captain, Cade Velker. Raiders hold a 1-0 lead here to begin the bottom of the second inning. A scoreless 2 innings for the Brillion Lions offense, and it has been a solid defensive outing so far for the Raiders. Not much around the bases as well. There's a shot from Gross to left field and a good start here for the Raiders. Gross, the junior, wasting no time, sends one out to the left fielder, Mathis, for the first hit of the inning. And now Lemieux, with Gross over there at first, will step in. The wheels over there of Gross. He's got a lot of experience running the bases. He's got 3 stolen bases on the year. See if May potentially sends him here in this at-bat. And Lemieux coming into action with a 156 batting average. 5 hits and 4 RBIs. He's one who's been struggling at the plate, but his determination has, I believe, kept him in the starting lineup here and looking to get better. Nice curveball from Brown. Count at 0-2 now. Swinging, chopping swing for Lemieux. Keeps the count at 0-2. Lemieux just maybe looks a little eager in the box right now to get a hit. Been in kind of a funk lately. Kind of swung it and just took off for the bases. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off, stays alive. Give credit to the senior. Count remains at 0-2 for Lemieux. With only fielding stats, was not in the offensive lineup in Saturday's win against Port Washington. Takes the first ball of the at-bat. 1-2 the count. Once again, feel free to tune into the Facebook throughout the broadcast. Swinging strike 3 tip will be a strikeout for Brown. And for the first out of the inning, good response from the Lions defense and for Brown delivering the strikeout after the leadoff single from Gross. Scoreboard malfunctions. Yeah. Got all sorts of malfunctions up here this afternoon with the music and now the scoreboard as well. Technology. No issues so far for me. Let's keep that going. A ball to Velker. Now rounds up the top of the order for the Raiders with Gross over there on first getting his lead. Gross goes. Throw from Gilbertson is in there for the out. Caught stealing is the junior Gross. And now no one in that infield. And it will be 2 outs now rather than 1. Well, I like the aggressiveness from this Raiders coaching staff. Coach May over there on third, sending Gross. He's got the wheels, no doubt, but a nice arm from the sophomore Gilbertson catches Gross stealing. There's a shot from left center field that will drop. Velker rounding first, heading for second, and he will be in there standing. Velker with a double here with 2 outs. Targeted on the Raiders offense and looking for a good 2-out rally here. Now the junior captain Stefani stepping in. Saturday's effort, he batted a 750 average, 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 RBIs against the Pirates of Port Washington. And on the year, leads the team with 18 RBIs and is looking to add 1 more to his count with Velker over there on second. First pitch of the at-bat. In the dirt, nice catch from Gilbertson. 1-0 the count to Stefani. Brown sets, here it is. Low and away for the second ball. (2-0 the count to Stefani. Brown checks, delivers. There's a shot to the third baseman. Zutz hits off his foot. Velker is going to stay over there at third. Good call from Coach May. And a single to advance Velker to third, and now Stefani to first. Runners at the corners, and Colton Schaefer, the 3-hole hitter for the Raiders, will step in. A 2-out rally here for the Raiders after Lemieux was sent home, and Velker starting this 2-out rally here for the Raiders. Stefani is going to steal over to second. That's going to be a steal. I thought he heard. Brown didn't even deliver the pitch, and Stefani is going to jump on over to second. And he's going to get a pinch runner it's going to be Brady Kienbaum. Courtesy runner for the Raiders. Now runners at second and third. A 0-0 count to Schaefer. For Stefani's 9th stolen base on the year, which is actually second on this Raiders squad. There's a strike right down Main Street for Schaefer. Goes behind 0-1 of the count against the junior Chase Brown on the mound. There's a pop-up to shallow left field. Shimmick will make the play for the 3rd out of the inning, ending this bottom of the 2nd. A scoreless inning here in this bottom of the 2nd will send you to the top of the 3rd. 1-0 lead for the Raiders. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Most other things in life, the key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Your goal may be to protect your family during your working years or guarantee your own retirement security. These things won't happen by accident. It is important to map out a strategy that will help you meet those goals. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Of course, preparing your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Oleg. You can find Todd on the 300th block of Fremont Street in Kiel. Todd brings knowledge and expertise to help families and businesses in Kiel and surrounding communities achieve financial success. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders!
Today's Kiel Raider baseball game is proudly supported by Premier Financial Credit Union, Todd Oleg and New York Life, the Gravel Pit Sports Bar and Grill, Kiel Booster Club, Signature Flooring and More, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Bellin Health Titletown, Parker John's Barbecue and Pizza, Real Logistics, Yard 65 Brewing Events, Kienbaum Services, Kiel Lounge, Albright Again LLC, Sargento Foods, On Point Financial Group, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. A 1-0 lead here for the Raiders entering the top of the 3rd inning here in this one. And to lead us off for the Lions, it's going to be Kettner sitting at the 8-hole spot in this lineup. First pitch of the inning from Velker is in there for the strike one in the third inning. A 0-1 count to start it here from Velker. Swinging strike two, and Velker jumps ahead 0-2 in the count. Blake Kettner coming in with a 179 batting average, a junior on the Lions squad here this afternoon. Swinging strike three for Velker. A very quick first out here for the inning. And now Carter Zutz, one of two Zutzes in the Lions lineup, will step in, sitting at the last spot in the order. This is Carter Zutz up to hit, and he bats a 62 average with only one hit, one RBI on the year. Shows bunt, but pulls back here. Lifts ahead 1-0 in the count. Velker gets the sign. Here's the pitch. In there for strike one, evens the count at 1-1. Quick third pitch of the at-bat on the way. Zutz shows bunt, just misses the zone. And Zutz on Saturday against Algoma only had fielding stats in the losing effort. As Velker delivers a strike two, evens the count 2-2. 2-2 looking to put him away. Swinging strike three, back-to-back strikeouts for Velker. And the second out of the inning comes from Velker's strikeout to Carter Zutz. Now it'll bring us to the top of the order for the Lions, back to Hayden Cousin, the junior. Batting .286 on the season. Looking to get a dead inning started here in this top of the third. First pitch of the at-bat. In there for the first strike. Velker bounces ahead 0-1. The count to Cousin. Pop up out of foul territory. Velker makes the play to end the inning. Nice hustle there from the mound to the right here in foul territory to make the play to end the top of the third. Scoreless still for the Lions. We will send you to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Kingbaum Services is a proud supporter of Raider football. Kingbaum Services specializes in concrete flatwork, including driveways, sidewalks, buildings, slabs, and patios, as well as stamped and decorative concrete. Reach out to Kingbaum Services at 920-946-3704 or email kingbaumservices@gmail.com for a free estimate on all of your upcoming concrete needs.
Sargento is now hiring general production roles starting at $24 an hour at their new location in Fond du Lac County. Award-winning benefits, tuition assistance, and a 401k plan that ranks among the top 1% in the U.S. Work for a leading national brand right in your community. Go to careers.sargento.com and apply today. Sargento, your passion, our...
Welcome back to Kiel, Wisconsin here, home of the Kiel Raiders, as they hold a 1-0 lead over the Lions of Brillion here on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in sunny Wisconsin, Kiel, Wisconsin, that is. And to lead us off in this bottom of the third inning, it's going to be the senior captain, Hunter Pitson, Caden Milbrath on deck, and Tegan Schley, the DH, in the hole. Bottom of the third underway, and it starts with a beauty of a curveball just missing the zone for the first ball. Here Brown sets from the mound. Here it is. There's a shot to left field, but it's going to be right to Landon Mathis for the first out of the inning. Looked great off the bat of Pitson's, but instead it's going to be the first out here in the bottom of the third. You know, from the sound of that hit that it might have a chance to do damage, but instead it is right to Mathis out there and left. Milbrath takes a looking strike, one right down the middle. No one aboard here with one gone and an 0-1 count to the junior Milbrath. Brown sets, delivers. Curveball misses the zone in the dirt, evens the count at 1 apiece. I hear Coach Shimmick saying to Brown, good spot there for Milbrath. Puts it right there once again. There's a shot to McCormick Zutz. Sends it on over to Renke for the second out of the inning. Give credit to this Lions defense here. Raiders scoring that 1 run, but it has been nothing going to this point after that 1 run. Now with 2 away, the DH, the junior, Tegan Chalet will step in to hit, trying to get something going here, a little 2-out rally per chance. First pitch misses the zone. And for the junior Schley, he sits at the DH spot, batting .310 with 9 hits, 6 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .533, which leads this Raiders team. And with that primary DH role, he does not play any defense. He has no defensive stats, as a matter of fact. He sits strictly at that DH offensive role and tries to provide some hits like a time like this for the Raiders. Brown has really utilized this curveball here to this point and almost delivers a strike 2 to Schley. Instead, it'll be 2-1. Pitch on the way. Just catches the edge of the zone, evens the count at 2 apiece. And some 2s you see on the scoreboard there. 2 outs with a 2-2 count to Schley. Brown looking to put him away. Fouled off here behind Gilbertson and the home plate umpire. Count remains at 2-2. Already in this bottom of the third inning here from Kiel High School. 2-2 the count. Here it is. In there, strike 3. A beauty of a pitch from Brown to end the inning. And a scoreless Raiders offense, and the Brillion Lions after that 1 run, keeping them scoreless here in the inning. End of 3 from Kiel High School. We'll send you to the 4th. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
You looking for someone to build you your new house, or maybe remodel your old aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. Well, All Bright Again Home Improvements has you covered, where no job is too small. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at allbrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Located in Kiel, call All Bright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs.
Welcome back to Kiel High School here in Kiel, Wisconsin. You are listening to Kiel Raider Radio. Already bring you top of the 4th action already here in this one. Game has gone by, feels like really fast. Already in the 4th inning of action, and leading us off for the Lions is going to be the junior Shimmick, followed by the other junior Brown on the mound, followed by in the hole McCormick Zutz, another junior for the Lions squad. Give credit to both these teams, especially the Lions defense. After that first run for the Raiders, it has been nothing here on the offensive end for Kiel. But now we start the top of the 4th with Shimmick at the plate and Velker on the mound. Velker gets the sign. Here is the first pitch of the inning. Above the zone for the first ball. 1-0 the count on the way. Fouled off out of play. Evens the count 1-1 apiece. Joe Shimmick, a great batter here for this Lions squad, looking to start off an inning. 1-1 on the way. Just barely missing the zone. 2-1 the count. Some of his stats include of a .500 batting average, which is 14th in D2, excuse me. Or D3, I believe Brillion's in D3. He sends a shot out to Gross out in center, past his head to the warning track to the fence. Shimmick rounding second. He will be aboard with a lead-off double. Good start here for the Lions, still seeking their first run here in this one this afternoon, and Shimmick delivers a lead-off double. And that is his third double on the year, which leads third on the team for the Lions. Now stepping in will be Chase Brown, pitcher in this one this afternoon, who has done a solid job so far on the rubber. First pitch foul. 0-1 the count with Shimmick over on second. Waiting on deck, is McCormick Zutz, the junior. Batting a .325. Looking to continue this potential good inning for the Lions. Ball one above the zone. One the count. Velker gets the sign. He sets. Checks over on Shimmick. No one there, though, for the senior. Like I was mentioning, Shimmick, a great piece on this Lions team as he delivers that double to lead off the inning. And there for strike two. Some of his other stats: leads the team with hits, leads the team with RBIs, and with 3 triples he also leads the team. Great piece of many on the Lions squad. Velker checks over on Shimmick once again. Second time in this at-bat. 1-2 the count remains. Here's the 1-2 from Velker. Swinging, strike 3 for the strikeout. Good response from the leadoff double from Shimmick to punch out Brown for the inning's first out. And McCormick Zutz now stepping in with still McCormick out there on second base. He will now bounce in with a fresh count. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. As we see to our left here, all the track teams getting set here from Pfeiffer Field. I see a bunch of boys track athletes watching the game. Love to see it, supporting their peers. Zutz follows one off to the right. And now Stefani is going to take a mound visit. Save the date and join us on Friday, July 25th, our 5th annual NEW Sports Radio Golf Outing. We've been able to support our broadcast students with a scholarship fundraiser where we have handed out over $3,000 in scholarships. Save the date, sign up, and join us from Water Springs Golf Course on Friday, July 25th as we support our students. Both these teams, they take on the second game of the series on Thursday, and that's going to be at Brillion's place. And then for the Raiders, they take on Oostburg on Friday. So now with a 0-2 count, looking to put him away. Just misses the zone. Stefani thought he had it in the glove. And it's going to be a stolen base for Shimmick. He moves to third now in a great spot for scoring position to get the Lions' first run here in this one. I'll have to check on the count here, but I have a 1-2. Be a 2-1? Okay. Interesting. 2-1 count instead to McCormick Zutz. Shimmick going home. Strikes him out. Gets in a pickle. Stefani sends it over to Pitson. Velker applies the tag, and what a way to end the inning. Punching out Zutz and then catching Shimmick, stealing. It was 2 strikes. My apologies. So 2 strikes, and now it's going to be 2 away. A 2-2 count with 2 away, but nevertheless still catching Shimmick, stealing. Interesting there. I don't know why he just booked it there from third. Maybe thought it was full count maybe? I don't know. Yeah. There is a swinging strike 3 to end the inning. Once again, thought we had it before, but instead the Raiders defense keeps the Lions offense still scoreless to this point. Bottom of the 4th incoming, you're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Looking to replace the living room floor? Do you want to update the bathroom? Call Nodler Tile and Flooring. Whether it's a walk-in shower or renovating the backsplash, switching to hardwood, or already installing carpet, Nodler has you covered. Or you can now visit their showroom, Signature Flooring, and more. This new showroom is for everyone from flooring installers to DIYers. Find the flooring you need to complete your new kitchen or an updated bathroom by visiting Signature Flooring and more, located next to Dollar General in Kiel. Nodler Tile and Flooring has you covered from installation to selection to tool rental. Call Ryan today at 920-286-6041 for all of your flooring needs.
Welcome back to Game 1 here, the 2-game series, conference series between the Lions, Brillion Lions, and the Raiders of Kiel. And Game 1 we bring from Kiel, Wisconsin, Kiel Raider Radio. And as of now, a 1-0 lead as we enter the bottom of the 4th. Here with the Raiders leading us off will be the senior Schmidt, followed by the junior Gross and the senior Edward Lemieux. Already in this bottom of the 4th of action here, only a 1-0 lead for this Raiders team. Against the 5th in conference Brillion Lions. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. Goes off foul. 0-1 the count to the senior Owen Jerry Schmidt. Comes into action with a .294 batting average. Brown using that curveball once again, just misses the outside of the zone. Evens the count 1-1. Schmidt looking to get a big inning going that the Raiders need. There's a shot out to the center fielder, Cousin, who is right there, barely has to move out there for the first out of the inning. The Raiders have been able to put the ball into play, but just have not been able to steer the gaps as much as they'd like to here this afternoon. But now Gross looking to get something started here in the bottom of the 4th as he steps aboard in this one. With no aboard and 1 gone, here's the first pitch to Gross. Hits our home plate umpire in the left foot. That is Rick, home plate umpire tonight. Credit to Coach Chad Shimmick checking on Rick. He'll just need some time to walk it off. Looks like we're all set back up again. Gross now steps in with a 1-0 count. Drooper to left field, and Mathis comes in from left field to make the play for the second out of the inning. And now just looking at it, I believe last inning I said the Raiders taking on Oostburg on Friday. That was Brillion. And for the Raiders, it's just this 2-game series here this week, and then next week they begin Two Rivers. Only 4 more games after this one for the Raiders on the regular season, which is crazy to think, already approaching postseason. After the second out, Lemieux swings at the first pitch. Third baseman McCormick Zutz will make the play, and another scoreless inning here for the Raiders offense as we enter the top of the 5th. 1-0 still the score. You are listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Try one of our great weekly specials. $2.25 burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, pick a wrap and fries for $10 on Tuesdays, and get yourself a steak sandwich and fries, or maybe a perch basket with fries or potato salad before Raider football on Friday nights. And finish off your week with a crispy chicken sandwich and fries for just $10 on Saturdays. Call 920-894-8493 for details. That's 920-894-8493. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57.
Welcome back to Kiel, Wisconsin. Here you're listening to Kiel Raider Radio. We begin the top of the 5th inning. And leading us off will be Aiden Ranke, sitting at the 5-hole spot, playing first base this afternoon. As Stefani throws it down, we are almost set for top of the 5th action here from Kiel, Wisconsin. Raiders hold a 1-0 lead to this point. And it has been all defense and no offense here this afternoon so far. The Raiders have been able to put the ball on the bat, but just have not been able to steer the gaps they'd like, and thus resulting in that only 1-0 lead. First pitch of the inning misses the zone from Velker, the senior. There's a shot from Ranke over to the shortstop, Schaefer. Nice routine play there for the junior for the first out of the inning. And now stepping up will be the junior Landon Mathis. Comes into action with a .225 batting average. 9 hits and 5 RBIs on the year. Looking to get an inning started here for the Lions. Fouls one off. Velker jumps ahead 0-1 in the count with 1 away here in the 5th. Here's the second pitch of the at-bat. A ball low. Evens the count. Landon Mathis, Saturday's effort against Algoma, struck out twice in his only at-bats. Velker gets the sign from Stefani. Here it is. Low, missing the zone. 3-1 count now. Let's see what Velker will throw here with down 3-1 in the count. And Mathis looking to get aboard to start this inning. There's a shot once again to Schaefer. Nice play from Schaefer, looking to send it to Schmidt for an incredible out number 2. The somersault from Schaefer and sends it on over to the senior Schmidt for the second out of the inning. Now Kelvin Gilbertson, the sophomore, will step in after the both outs coming from Schaefer to Schmidt. Both these defenses have been solid here this afternoon. There's a check swing from Gilbertson. Infield umpire says he did not go, thus resulting in the first ball of the at-bat. Ball 2, missing the zone. There's a strike one, 2-1 the count now to Gilbertson. Good response from Velker there for the 2 straight balls. Hits Gilbertson for our first hit by pitch in this one. Now Stefani's going to walk it out there just to calm Velker. I was just going to say the momentum changes from Velker. He seems to pick and choose his batters where he likes to speed them up and slow them down, and tries to mess with the offense of the respective teams. Part of his strategy, I believe, on the mound, and I think he utilizes it really well. But now, nevertheless, stepping in will be number 3, Blake Kettner. Swinging strike one to start the at-bat. With now Gilbertson roaming over there at first base. One thing Velker is great at, too, is catching runners on the bags. One the count now with 2 away. Velker gets the sign. He sets, checks over. Here it is. There's a shot out to right field. Looks to be out of play and a foul ball. Strike 2 in the at-bat. Lemieux is chasing over on it, trying to make a play, but will be well short. And instead, though, it's going to be a foul ball. Blake Kettner trying to get Lions' first run here still in this one as we enter the 5th inning. And he's got Gilbertson over there at first. Here's the 1-2 from Velker, looking to put him away. Swinging strike 3 to end the inning. And once again scoreless, and a solid defense for the Raiders, and a scoreless offensive power for the Lions here. 1-0 your score. We enter the bottom of the 5th. You are listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Real Logistics was born in October of 2016 to support the growth and expanding needs of our customers. Real Logistics LLC has become a reputable freight brokerage service. Our team is up for every job, managing transportation needs with the skill and experience our customers have come to expect. We want our customers to be satisfied with our work, which is why we provide open communication channels throughout the duration of each load move. Real Logistics started as a family-owned business, and those values still hold true across the organization today. Individual attention, personal responses, caring attitudes, and sincere appreciation for our business partners remains the core of our success. We value the opportunity to earn your trust and business each and every day. Real Logistics, a proud supporter of Raider football.
Welcome back to Kiel, Wisconsin. Here you are listening to Kiel Raider Radio. We enter the bottom of the 5th here as we have the Brillion Lions taking on the Kiel Raiders. Your Kiel Raiders leading at 1-0 here against the Lions. And now stepping up, top of the order, will be the senior captain Velker, followed by the junior captain Stefani, and the junior Schaefer. Now it has been, like I mentioned throughout, it has been all defense here to this point, and the Raiders have been shut down by this Lions defense on the offensive end. But now at the top of the order, a potential big inning here incoming for the Raiders squad. As Velker takes ball number 1, and we start at the bottom of the 5th with a 1-0 count. On the way. 2-0 now from Brown to Velker. Velker comes into action with a .282 batting average, 15 runs, which leads the team. A quick three straight balls for Brown on the mound this afternoon. Now Velker likely to take this 4th pitch in the at-bat incoming. Here it is. Inside for ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk here to start the inning. Velker gets aboard first, and now Aaron Stefani will step in. dangerous in this position with runners on base on the season. Like I mentioned earlier, he's got 18 RBIs, which leads the team. First pitch of the at-bat, high above the zone for the first ball. He bounces ahead, 1-0 in the count against the junior Brown. Here's the 1-0. Brown sends it on over to Ranke over at first. Brown, the junior, against the other junior, Stefani. Ball 2 misses the zone. 2-0 the count, none away with one aboard here. Velker, a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. Now Stefani looking to get him in a scoring position. Fun fact about Aaron, he has been playing baseball for 13 years. Best thing he enjoys when playing is be able to grow throughout the season by learning from his mistakes. Hasn't had many of those this season. Has been a great season at this point. As he takes a looking strike one. 2-1 the count. Velker aboard on first. Long at bat here for Stefani, and he fouls one off. 2-2 now the count. Two count. A dribbler to Kettner, advances Velker, and Stefani, great hustle over there to first, but it nevertheless will be an out from Kettner to Ranke for the first out of the inning. Velker now over to second. Now the junior, Schaefer, will now step into this one. One away here in the bottom of the fifth. Now Velker in scoring position over at second, trying to advance to this one-run lead this Raiders team has. Oppo hit, sends it to the right in foul territory for the strike number one in the at-bat. A full Pfeiffer field to our left here, a bunch of track teams and athletes, coaches. There's Schaefer right to the second baseman, Kettner. Ranke scoops it up for the second out, not after Velker moving to third, though. Now in a great spot for the senior captain to try to bring him home, Hunter Pitson. And Pitson, RBIs on the year. He only has 6, but looking to add to that count with his senior captain teammate Velker over on third. First pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. Good curveball there to Pitson, who bites for the first strike. Following it off here to the left of your screen, over to the Kiel Raiders dugout. A 1 count. Pitson against Brown. Velker thought about going over there at third. It's going to be a first ball of the at-bat. The 1-1, Brown against Pitson. With a runner in scoring position. Nice pitch from Brown. The curveball he has utilized very well here in this one this afternoon. Gives Pitson the second strike of the at-bat. And both of those strikes that he's bitten on have been curveballs from Brown. Here's the 1-2, looking to put him away, and he does. A drop ball strike. Gilbertson will send it to Ranke for the third out of the inning. Another scoreless inning for the Raiders. And now we enter the sixth inning, still with a 1-0 lead for the Raiders. You are listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Smoking good ribs, wings, and pizza. Parker John's. Sides made from scratch, hickory smoked meats, yeah. Parker John's. Come on down to Parker John's for pizza or barbecue. Smoking daily just for you. We got smoking good ribs, wings, and pizza. Parker John's. I see you down there, it's the place to meet ya. Parker John's. Parker John's.
At On Point Financial Group, we offer a straightforward, holistic approach to building financial strategies focused on you, your schedule, your circumstance, and your objectives. Whether you are preparing for a milestone life event like retirement, sale of a business, or simply looking for financial protection for the future, On Point Financial Group promises to offer you a new level of attention, insight, and guidance.
Welcome back to Kiel, Wisconsin. Kiel Raider Radio, you are listening. And a 1-0 lead for the Raiders still. It has been no offense and all defense all throughout this whole entire game to this point. And now leading off and in place for Carter Zutz, the senior, it's going to be Gavin McGrath, number 7, the senior, who comes in with a 40 batting average, 4 runs, 1 hit, and 1 RBI with 11 strikeouts. He takes a looking strike 1, and that is how we start the top of the 6th. With only 1 run combined between both these squads here in this one. Velker quickly jumps ahead 0-2 in the count against the new hitter McGrath. Here's the 0-2 looking to put him away. In there for strike 3 is 12th strikeout on the year for McGrath. And another strikeout for Velker for the first out of the inning. Now brings us back to the top of the order with number 4, the junior Hayden Cousin, stepping in here against Velker. Already 1 away here in this top of the 6th. 3-pitch strikeout against McGrath. First pitch of the at-bat, high above the zone. 1-0 on the way. Just low for ball number 2. See how Velker will respond here. Trailing 2-0 in the count. There's a shot, I believe in foul territory. Schmidt chasing back, and it'll be out of play and into the woods for both Lemieux out in right and Schmidt here in first. Good response, though, from Velker. Was strikeless until that point. 2-1 now the count. 1 away. Velker gets the sign. He delivers. Ball 3 high above the zone. And now Cousin ahead of the count. Inside ball 4, and it's going to be a walk for Cousin. Now Joe Shimmick is going to step aboard. Cousin on first with only 1 away here in the 6th. Shimmick, a dangerous hitter from the plate and on the mound as well, but especially from the plate. Leads the team with 12 RBIs on the season. 0-1 the count. Here it is. A shot to Pitson. He turns it to second for out number 2. And a Pitson able to get the out at second. But Shimmick over there safe at first, so it's going to be 2 away. And Shimmick standing over there on first. And now stepping in will be Chase Brown in the 3 spot. Good response from this Raiders team. Pitson turning to Milbrath. Velker delivers. High above that zone once again here in this top of the 6th inning. With Shimmick over there on first. Velker checks over. Lobs one in for Schmidt. He is in there standing. Count remains 1-0. 2 away here in the 6th. Raiders looking to get out of the inning and get the bats going, which they haven't been able to so far in this one as much. One count. Velker checks once again, being there standing. Two one now to Brown. Pitcher in this one this afternoon who has done incredible on the mound so far. Battle here between Velker and Brown. 2 pitchers this afternoon. A 2-2 strike. 2-2 count, excuse me. Velker sets, gets the sign. Here it is. Swinging strike 3 to end the inning. Bottom of the 6th incoming, a still scoreless 0 for the Lions on the board. Bottom of the 6th, you're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
The Lumberyard Brewery is now open. Guests are welcomed into the beautifully renovated 1920s brick building. With 12 craft beers and cocktails and a family-friendly environment, the Lumberyard is perfect for afternoons on the patios, evenings out, or as an event space for weddings, meetings, and celebrations of all sizes. Stop in for a pint and experience the historical charm of the Lumberyard Brewery in downtown Kiel. Follow them on Facebook for constant updates of their beer offerings.
With over 15 years of experience, Dynamic Heating and Cooling is the only call you need to make for your air conditioner, furnace, air handler, boiler, or ductless system needs. They offer free estimates so you know exactly what to expect when they come to your temperature rescue. Call 920-838-5599 for your heating and cooling needs. Dynamic Heating and Cooling supports your Kiel Raider.
Welcome back to Kiel Raider Radio. Here from Kiel, Wisconsin, Kiel High School. We enter the bottom of the 6th, a 1-0 lead. It has been a nothing on the offensive end. It has been a eventful defensive side for both squads, but nothing on the offensive lineup. And now Milbrath, the junior, looking to get something started on the offensive end for the Raiders. Bottom of the 6th starts with a strike number 1 to Caden Milbrath. Brown, the man still on the mound. He has done an incredible job to this point. Only 1 run to this point. Here's the second pitch. Just goes by the zone. Ball number 1 evens the count. One on the way. In the dirt, ball number 2. Can you hear the chatter from that Kiel bench trying to get this offense firing here in this bottom of the 6th. Although they hold the lead and would be in the winning ways in the next inning, they would like to get some more runs just for their comfort, their practice, because this is a team, as Brillion Lions, that they can do so. As a team, they give up 3.66 earned runs allowed on average. And have given up 74 in total. The center fielder, Cousin, making the play out there in left center. A great diving play for the first out. Almost had the chance of hitting the gap, but instead it will be the Lions' first out of the inning. Now the DH, Tegan Schley, will step in. One away with none aboard here in this bottom of the sixth. Like I mentioned, only this one run for the Raiders. This is a team that they would like to score and utilize here in this one this afternoon. Good cut from Schley, delivers the first strike of the at-bat. As they take on the Lions on Thursday at their place. Hoping to lead up to a potential good game on Thursday as well. Nice curveball in there for the second strike. Talked about it enough, but Brown has really used that curveball really well this afternoon. And that is part of why he has dominated on the mound to this point. 0-2 on the way. Way outside the zone. Here's Stefani yelling go there on the bench. Some jokesters over there to that Kiel dugout. Many jokesters. Good curveball in there for strike number 3. Out number 2, sorry. I believe I said 3. Second out of the inning, and now Schmidt will step in for the Raiders. Brown using that curveball for the second punch out of the inning. Now, a fresh count for Schmidt with 2 away, looking to start a rally here. Another curveball in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now to Schmidt. Might see another one here, might as well. He has gotten everything he's wanted with that curveball this afternoon. A good cut again. Looked to be that curveball. Has gotten these Raiders players to bite at everything. No matter where that curveball is. Here it is, 0-2. Swinging strike 3 and a 1-2-3 inning for the Lions, and we will send it to the top of the 7th inning. Kiel 1, Brillion 0. You are listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Go Kiel Raiders! Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com.
Kingbaum Services is a proud supporter of Raider football. Kingbaum Services specializes in concrete flatwork, including driveways, sidewalks, building slabs and patios, as well as stamped and decorative concrete. Reach out to Kingbaum Services at 920-946-3704 or email kingbaumservices@gmail.com for a free estimate on all of your upcoming concrete needs.
Welcome back to Kiel High School here from Kiel, Wisconsin, home of the your Kiel Raiders, and to start this top of the 7th with the game on the line here for the Lions. It'll be McCormick Zutz, followed by Aiden Ranke at first this afternoon, followed by the left fielder this afternoon, Landon Mathis. And we are set for the final inning of action, the top of the 7th. It has been a quick baseball game here this afternoon. Not as eventful as you see that only one combined run between both squads in this one. Top of the 7th begins, and a swinging strike 1 against McCormick Zutz from Cade Velker. And I tell you, these uneventful games as a solo can get challenging. There's a dropper out to right field. Lemieux, Zutz rounding second. He's going to go for third. Sending it over to Pitson. And he got him. Sends him out. Caden Milbrass sends it over to Pitson for third for the first out of the inning. possibly could have been a leadoff triple for McCormick Zutz to put them right in the position to tie this game, but instead the first out for the Raiders. And I really thought that Pitson still had that ball in the dirt. I didn't know if he got it up in time, but the infield umpire says he did, and as resulting a first out for the Raiders. As now Aiden Reinke will step in. Third on the team with a .300 batting average. As the Lions down to their final 2 outs and down to their final 4 strikes. Velker waves off 3 signs. 4 signs, 5 signs maybe even. Now gets the sign and delivers. There's a ball low and away. Low and inside. 1-2 the count. One, 2 from Velker. Swinging strike 3 to out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. And now the Lions down to their last remaining out here in this one. And stepping in to try to keep the game and inning alive, it's going to be the junior Mathis. Now Velker with the first pitch. Cracks one up to Schaefer. He's under it. It's going to be to Schmidt at first. Makes the play to end the game. The final here from Kiel High School. A battle we definitely had. No offense from both teams as the Raiders win it 1-0. We're going to step aside, take a break, and bring you the post-game show. 1-0 the final here from Kiel. You are listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Sargento is now hiring general production roles starting at $24 an hour at their new location in Fond du Lac County. Award-winning benefits, tuition assistance, and a 401k plan that ranks among the top 1% in the U.S. Work for a leading national brand right in your community. Go to careers.sargento.com and apply today. Sargento, your passion, our culture.
Stop in at Mike's Kiel Lounge, the coolest bar in town with a bird's eye view of the river. Open every day at noon, except Tuesdays at 1:30. Stop in for some great food and drinks and check out our daily specials. Sunday and Monday, enjoy half-price appetizers. On Tuesdays, cheeseburger and fries. On Wednesday, indulge on chili cheese fries. And on Thursdays, brat patties and poppers. And on Fridays, enjoy mini tacos and chicken wings. Right next to the post office in Kiel, visit Mike's Kiel Lounge.
Welcome back to Kiel High School, Kiel, Wisconsin. You are listening to Kiel Raider Radio, and the final here, the Raiders 1 and the Brillion Lions 0. As you see by that scoreboard, a eventful defensive side for both teams, but as not a uneventful side for the offensive end. The Raiders scoring that first run early in the game, and then nothing to come from both teams to end it. And the defense for the Raiders gets their first win of the 2-game series here in this one. For the defensive side, Cade Velker picking up his 7th win on the season. He had entered 6 wins in this one, which was 6th in the state and 1st in the conference, and now 7 total on the year. Impressive stat for the senior captain Velker. And on the other hand, in the losing effort, but a solid effort, the junior Chase Brown picks up his first loss of the season, but doesn't feel like a very deserving loss. He pitched very well there on the rubber this afternoon, but nevertheless will pick up the loss in his team's losing effort. So we have a 1-0 win for the Raiders. Now both teams will meet once again on Thursday at Brillion's Place for the second leg of the 2-game conference series. And then after that, for the Lions, on Friday they take on Oostburg in non-conference game. And then for the Raiders, they have a long weekend and will play Two Rivers next week in the final conference series of the season. Crazy to think we already are almost to postseason action. So the final from Kiel, the Lions 0 and the Raiders 1. I am Miles D. Troy, and this has been a presentation of Kiel Raider Radio, and we will see you next week for more